It's not a secret. Lots of people are calling themselves diversity experts. Not all of them will act in your best interests. We're going to talk about 5 types of experts that I want you to be aware of. I'm Dr. Jonathan. I work with organizations to make them inclusive, and I'm on a mission to help 1 million people like you to make your workplace inclusive. Get your pen and paper ready because we're talking about 5 types of diversity expert that you need to understand. I use the term diversity expert loosely. It applies to inclusion, belonging, and a whole list of job titles that I don't know. What I do know is that I want you to be aware of them as you negotiate your own inclusion journey. This isn't a comprehensive list. It's not a mutually exclusive list. You will have overlap. Also, there's loads I'm leaving out. The reason I'm coming up with this list is because at the beginning of every show, I say that I work with organizations to make them inclusive. I'm talking about me and my team, but often we're not the first choice. We're the final choice. They come to us after they've worked with someone else. And for whatever reason, that person, that organization left them feeling shortchanged, taken advantage of, and in some ways damaged as a result. We keep hearing the same things, and these 5 types of expert keep showing up. The first is the grifter. I probably talk about this person the most, certainly on social media. I'm sure it was Royanne Ned, the trusted black girl, who used that phrase in a response to a comment that I made on social media, and then I just ran with it. It's like an ongoing joke. Grifters are in it for the money and the status. This person is incredibly charismatic, incredibly convincing. This person is a powerful communicator. They will look and sound the part. They will also have a lot of social proof. Affiliations to brands that you take seriously, they attend all the right events. They are a pleasure to be around. Everyone wants to agree with them because they are so popular. The problem is, it's style over substance. Typically, they're not able to deliver. They lack technical expertise or insights of their own to support their amazing pitch. This person speaks in platitudes. You find out too late and can't believe you fell for it. If this happens to you, you experienced the performative problem of diversity and inclusion. You bought into the performance, what they appeared to be instead of what they actually are. Next is the jaded veteran. This person is probably the most capable of everyone I'm going to talk about today. They have expertise, they have experience, they have wisdom. They have been doing this for a long time. They remember what it was like when no one cared about diversity or inclusion or belonging or accessibility. They remember what it was like being ignored by the same companies that now have pride flags, black squares, and are celebrating cultural events. This person deserves a lot more respect than they got. This person deserves a lot more respect than they get right now. This person takes all of this very personally. They may be jaded. They may have experienced some of the challenges that they are coming to fix, and as a result, they can come across as being bitter. Some of this may rub off. This person may talk a lot about the past and not the future. This may impact the extent to which they can support you. You find out too late and can't believe what happened. If this happens to you, you've experienced the impact of some of the trauma related to working in this industry. You experienced a case study of the damage caused by the issues this person is coming to address. Next is living proof. These people have a compelling story. They have a narrative that makes you want to support them. They will lead by talking about their lived experience and the challenges they've overcome in order to get where they are. This person is completely genuine, completely real. They will use emotive language to make you focus on them as a force of personality. Unlike the grifter, this person has experience. This person understands the problem. This person is an expert. They're an expert in their lived experience. This is not the same thing as being an expert in solving your problem. You find out too late, you can't believe what happened. If this happens to you, you experience the rhetorical problem of diversity and inclusion. You bought into an emotional appeal and it made you forget everything else. Next up is the industry hopper. This is someone who's new to the whole thing. They got involved very recently. They see this as a growth area. This person is a fast learner. They take what they find and repackage it. This is the kind of person who will take 10 episodes of this podcast, turn it into a presentation, and try to get clients. This actually happens. They've got impressive experience in several industries, but this person isn't committed to this industry. This person isn't committed to you. The breadth of their experience appears attractive, but this person doesn't have the depth of experience that you need. They also don't have the commitment. They're not going to be here for very long. You find out too late, can't believe what happened, and if this happens to you, you experience the effects of a DEI bubble. Lots of new people entering a market, lots of attention, lots of people trying to make money. Finally, there's the passionate advocate. This person may start conversations saying how passionate they are about diversity. Some people think I metaphorically beat up on people who use the phrase passionate about diversity. That's not true. I think it can be a signal for something that most people ignore. We've talked about privilege here before. Passionate advocates often enjoy privilege that allows them to enter spaces without having any expertise. This person has a lot in common with the grifter. A lot of social proof, affiliations to brands you take seriously, they attend the right events. But this person is not a grifter. Let me say that again. This person is not a grifter. This person is honest. They are passionate about diversity. But like living proof, being passionate about diversity is not the same thing as being able to solve your problem. The passionate advocate often knows that they can't solve your problem. Or if they do, it's limited to raising awareness, events. This is something that they are amazing at doing. It's likely that you met them at an event, or they have a personal relationship with one of your leaders. The person who introduced them to your organization often shares the same privilege that got them through the door. This person takes a very mainstream approach that is attractive to your leaders. This person has a lot in common with the industry hopper in that they learn quickly. This means that superficially, this person presents as being competent. But they're not. You find out too late, can't believe what's happened, and if this happens to you, you experience the effects of unchecked privilege. This person is benefiting from their privilege. They haven't earned the right to be in the room helping your organization with its problem. These are just a few examples that I wanted to throw at you. This is not an attack on anyone who fits that description. You may even think that I fit these descriptions. I want you to make your own mind up about that. An obvious question is, how do you avoid these people? Or how do you manage these people? First is be prepared. This podcast helps you as an everyday leader to be prepared. This can be solved just by doing your homework. You already do this in other areas of your work. Do it here too. Second is to make your own mind up. I mentioned the performative problem, the rhetoric problem of diversity and inclusion. Don't just rely on emotional appeals. Think about what makes sense logically. Don't assume someone who's amazing at things that aren't about inclusion can help you with inclusion. And also, don't conflate passion with competence. Consider the character and tone of the person you're speaking with. Are they presenting solutions? Or do they just talk about the problems? And the other one, obviously, is to check people's privilege. Check your own privilege. The point I'm really making is that I want you to think critically about everyone's agenda, including mine. I want you to make your own mind up. And the third thing that we like is an evidence-based approach. Look at the data, look at the research, look at the people you want to engage. Check your own feelings. In general, as a habit, this sets you up for success. Obviously, I've just touched on this a little bit. I've got a lot more to share here. Let me know if you want more. So let's wrap this up. What are the key messages here? 1. Not all diversity experts can help you in the way you need. 2. It's not all their fault. Some of it's your fault. And 3. Don't ignore the principles that we share here. They protect you in a practical way. So what do you think? Have you met any people like this? Get in touch or leave a message. I would love to hear from you. If you've learned something from today's show, then give us a 5-star review and a comment wherever you're listening to the podcast. It helps other people like you to find the show. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.